This is Texans TV.
It's time, friends. Texans Playbook is right now, and I'm Drew Doherty, your host, here inside NRG Stadium. The good guys coming off a win over the Dallas Cowboys, and we've got a fantastic show for you because a little bit later on, Iron Sharpens Iron. All three of the segments are in this program. Plus, we've got Jalen Pitre doing some good things with the Stafford Cobras. We'll hear from General Manager Nick Caserio, but we begin with a conversation between voice of the Texans Mark Vandermeer, sideline reporter John Harris, and the head coach himself, DeMeco Ryans.
Here in studio with head coach DeMeco Ryans. Coach, here we are, embedded in a short week, getting ready for Tennessee. But first of all, let's relive a little bit about Dallas. Did you have a chance to enjoy the victory?
Definitely had a chance to enjoy it. It was a long time coming. We had a lot of difficult losses there, tough losses. So anytime you get a win, man, it's a big sigh of relief, and it's a moment to celebrate that win for those 24 hours.
Yeah. Coach, you just mentioned what I was going to ask you. Sometimes wins are sigh of relief, like, oh, man, we got through that one. And then sometimes they're a true celebration. It felt like the other night was kind of a combination of both, kind of being in the locker room and seeing it on players' faces coming in, that it was like, okay, we won. Like there was enjoyment seemingly with that win, not just okay, we got through that one.
Yeah, for sure. Our guys were, they were excited, and they should be because they played really well, right? And when you play well, you execute the way they executed. And the thing I think everybody was excited about was how we finished in the second half, right? There's been a hot topic for us is the second half, and not scoring in the second half, defense giving up too many points in the second half. So for us to flip the script there versus, our in-state other opponent up there in Dallas, right? I think it was a big deal for us, right? To shut them out in the second half, finish 17-0. Like that was the big deal for us. And our guys, they put in the work throughout the week. So I just had to remind them again today of what we did last week was through the week, the preparation, how locked in we were. Like, man, we have to hit reset and start that again this week because it doesn't change going into versus the Titans.
Coach, your defensive line, no Will, no Foley, and every week it feels like different people step up, sometimes the same people. It's just a good mix of people in that entire rotation.
Yeah, I always talk about it with Nick, just when we were building the team, building the roster. It's like we cannot have too many defensive linemen. So as many guys we can get, especially guys who have shown in the past that they can rush the passer, and that's where Derek Barnett, adding him back to our roster, right? Doesn't get a lot of pub on the outside, but he's just been a consistent, tough, hard-nosed player that's always been reliable, right? So it's fun working with Derek. Then you got Daniil, who's just been as consistent as ever. Constant pressure on the quarterback, most pressures in the league. To get 2 sacks in that game, I think it's probably like his 15th time getting 2-sack games. Like it's a multi-sack game. It's just big time. And when you don't have to, for me, as a play caller, when you don't have to send a lot of pressure, right? You don't have to send multiple guys, 5 and 6 guys to have to pressure the quarterback. When you can get after guys with 4 up front, it changes the landscape of what we can do defensively. So what they're doing up front, and Coach Rod and Coach Nate has done a great job of continuing to work with our guys, and they're continuing to build their arsenal of moves. And we're able to cover them in the back end. If we can rush with 4, cover them in the back end, like that's the makings of really good defense.
Okay, I'm going somewhere with this. You played how many years in the league?
10.
You've coached how many years in the league?
8.
Okay, so 18 years in the NFL. As you watch film of just throughout the league, are there players that you watch and go, wait, what did that guy just do? What did he do? Because there's a video floating around of Daniil's spin move, I guess we call it, to get to the quarterback. I don't know if you saw it live, maybe saw it on film. Are there moments, Coach, where you watch and go, wait a second, what did I just see? I've never seen this before. Are there players that you've had in the past that when you were playing or you were coaching in San Francisco
or now
before you got here and now where you go, what did I just see? I don't think I've seen that before.
That's showing up a lot more with Daniil than I've ever, like some of the moves that he's able to do is just like, wait a minute, how I tell guys don't spin, but you spin inside and spin back outside,
Right.
and you're still able to get the sack.
Yeah.
Like, it's just some of his play. He had a lot of wild plays that I've never seen before. The one play, it wasn't a highlight, but man, I forget who we were playing, but we had a tight end that's coming back behind the line of scrimmage to cut him.
Yeah.
And he jumps clearly over the guy. And I'm like, wait a minute, I've never seen this. Who tries to jump over the guy that's cutting him? But
It feels like there's one play like that a game where you watch and go, what am I watching here? Like, this is a different level of different level of greatness to have a play like that I've never seen. And that spin move was incredible because it looks like he's going to go outside, he's going to get chipped, and all of a sudden he decides to spin back inside, still keeps contained and gets to the quarterback.
And that's the thing with Daniil, like, even though he's spinning, he's still moving towards the quarterback. A lot of guys, sometimes they're spinning, but they're staying in place while they're spinning, and they're not, still pursuing the quarterback. So I'm really learning a lot.
Yeah.
As a young coach, I'm learning a lot with him. And it's only certain guys. Right? Daniil is just in a category by himself of things that he can do to get after the quarterback that's just unbelievable to watch, where you are sitting in the film room, hitting rewind a lot.
Let's begin the Joe Mixon segment of the program, Coach, because it's certainly worth mentioning, acknowledging the kind of night he had, and the whole team's sort of feeding off of that.
Joe, again, exceptional night on the road, and for another game, over 100 yards on the road. He's just, even though when it's not all blocked well and it's not clean, like, Joe is going to find a way to make a play, right? And I just think when he touches the football, one, somebody's going to get ran over. Right? So I think everybody on the sidelines just watch. Oh, Joe has the ball in his hand. Oh my goodness, he's going on the edge versus a corner. Look out, corner. And then you just see the corner just hitting the turf. So it's exciting. It's fun to watch. And just when you think it's all about the physical moves from Joe, right, and him pounding the defenders, and then he just breaks a couple tackles, and he has the speed to take it to the house, right? And it's fun to watch, fun to have a guy like Joe who he's just consistent. You know what you're getting every single week with Joe. He's not surprising anybody. They know we're running the ball.
Right.
We know we're running it, but you still believe in Joe. And no matter what the look is on the defense, like, still believe in Joe. If we just get a hat on a hat, he'll find a crease, and he's going to make someone pay.
Is there something to that about being a coach and knowing you have that weapon and, hey, what we're going to do? Here we come. We're going to give you our best shot with Joe.
A lot of me just interject. Hey, Bobby, hey, run it again. Run it again. Like, all right. Yeah, let's keep, feeding Joe, because I was just watching him, the more touches he gets, like, he gets stronger as the game go on. It's it's that old school mentality with the running backs. When the backs used to get it 30 times a game and they just wear a defense out, Joe still brings that old school mindset to the run game.
After the break, some Texans Radio with Nick Caserio, general manager, your favorite football team.
Texans Playbook is sponsored by Community Coffee, strong as our roots, by Reliant, the official energy provider of the Houston Texans, and by your Houston area Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
Earlier in the show, we heard from head coach DeMeco Ryans. Now it's time for Executive Vice President, General Manager Nick Caserio. He went 1-on-2 with Vandermeer and Harris. And here's some of that conversation.
Joining us in studio, Executive Vice President and General Manager Nick Caserio. Great to see you, Nick. Congratulations.
Fellas, good to see you.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a short week to get ready for the Tennessee Titans noon Sunday, NRG Stadium. Reviewing the game against the Cowboys, all three phases contributing, total team win, right?
Yeah, big thing too. Got off to a good start, or fast start. So scored on the initial position. Scored in the first play. It was called back, and then had a good drive. Joe had the long run, moved the ball again. Didn't have the fourth down conversion. Then we got the ball back. So good spot. Good in the first quarter, a little low there in the second quarter there, 17-10 going into halftime, and then came out in the second half and did some good things. So offense made enough plays. Defense did a really good job, took the ball away. Anytime you score on defense, make a play like that. And forced Dallas to play kind of on a longer field. And other than the big play we gave up to Turpin, didn't really give up a lot of big plays. And then Emi did a real good job kicking the ball, made a field goals, and then we decided to kick the ball at the end zone there a little bit with Turpin after the initial returns. He was an explosive returner. So overall, players responded, had a good week of preparation. The focus was there, and they took the coaching and the message that DR presented to the team in the course of the week, went out there and executed and came out with a good win.
Nick, we talked about this, obviously. Number 11 was going to be a problem. We talked about it Last week in our interview, we talked about for the game. We knew 11 was going to be a problem, and he could play, and he lined up in a lot of different spots, but held him sackless. He did create a few pressures at some point, but keeping them to 1 sack, how big was that in the win?
Yeah, it was huge, and I think the offensive line, tight ends are involved, but the offensive line is the main group, took a lot of ownership and took a lot of pride in making sure that their best player didn't become a factor, even on the sack. I mean, Owa kind of made a nice move against Juice, but for the most part, we were able to kind of control Micah. They move him around. They put him over the center, over the guard. And sometimes he's actually harder to block inside than he is outside, but to be able to limit a player of his caliber, it just speaks to the offensive line, the preparation that went into the course of the week. We were able to do some things, kind of mix the timing, the passing game there a little bit. CJ did a good job making good decisions. And then, we were able to limit, a really good player. I would say different problem, but when we get to Tennessee, it's going to be, I would say, similar. Just in terms of where the guy lines up will be a little bit different.
Nick, I renamed the broadcast last night Mixin' Night Football. So what about his performance with the 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, Joe's been really productive all year. I think his consistency just from week to week is really what stood out. And he's just so strong, so durable. As a game goes on, he starts to wear on you a little bit. The way he finishes runs, he delivers a blow. He plays with violence. He plays with physicality. He plays with the right mindset. And he's really a dual threat because he can be able to get him on a screen pass there or a chunk play, even on the 3rd down conversion going into the red area there a little bit, 3rd and 2, whatever it was on a roll pass. But Joe's a really good football player. Takes a lot of pride in what he does. His leadership, his toughness. When he was named the captain, we talked about this on a show a little bit. He's kind of taken that ownership of that position and run with it a little bit. And the players that responded has a really good pulse of kind of what's going on with the team. Can't say enough good things about what Joe's brought to this football team.
Nick, I think about guys that play on special teams, and I always wonder, because I know they want to play their position, offense, defense. They want to play that side of the ball, but then they get on special teams, and you see some guys that kind of put their head down and don't do it. And I thought about that on the fake punt last night because John Mechie's been more involved on special teams, and he makes that hit. I thought it was interesting in the presser afterwards. DeMeco mentioned they showed his hit of Trey Dean on the interception back in the SEC championship game, which I remember clearly, and John makes a hit like that. How big was that for not only John, but just the special teams to show you're not pulling that stuff on us tonight?
No, it speaks to, I'd say, John, his mindset. And a big theme going into this week was just us playing with physicality and playing with violence, regardless of the side of the ball that you're on, regardless of the phase. And one of the clips, like you mentioned, was John's hit, in addition to a number of our players on the defensive side of the ball. So, but I would say just John's ownership of that role and his willingness to embrace that role, it's a part of football, and you have to be able to contribute in all 3 phases in some capacity. You're either starter on offense, starter on defense, or you have some role in the kicking game. So credit to John. He's really, I would say, come on here over the last few weeks, and his mindset, his work ethic, the way he prepares, he's made some plays. His confidence, I'm sure, has improved. And to be able to make, that was a critical play in the game, because if we don't make that play, it's going to be a chunk play. They're going to retain possession of the ball. They're probably going to be over midfield, and who knows what happens.
Excellent. Well, Nick, what about spreading the ball around for C.J. Stroud, the group of receivers, as a team, as a unit, the job they did?
Yeah, I think there were 8 different skill players that had at least 1 reception, and it was a good illustration of C.J. making the right decision, getting the ball out of his hands, and then the player doing something with it after the catch. There were a number of catch-and-run plays that were involved. It wasn't just we were launching a ball down the field. Even on Nico's screen that got called back, it was a 2-yard pass that turned into an 80-yard run, hit the chunk play to Tank down the field. So Mixon and Matt, Bobby did a great job, like just talking about, the passing game, mixing the timing of the passing game, using all the skill players. And then when the first read wasn't there, CJ just dumping the ball down, even though some of the plays that he made to Cade, those are really good plays because they kept the ball moving forward and kept us out of a negative situation.
Yeah, thinking about that, I don't know how many negative plays that we had last night. I mean, we were in 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7, like almost all the time. You talk about that a lot.
We've talked about that first down production.
First down production.
And we were able to minimize the 0 to negative plays. I think maybe there was a run in there that might have gone for 0 yards. But for the most part, it was a plus play.
Yeah.
Take the penalties out of it. But anytime you can put yourself in those situations is going to be advantageous for the offense.
So I thought it was an interesting moment talking with Coach after the game. And we talked about Derek Barnett's play. And we all heard the head slap and the 64-yard field goal that Aubrey bombed. Anyways, he gets a head slap, which I don't know the last time we've heard of head slap, but he gets that penalty. And Coach told me after the game that Derek walked up to him and said, "Coach, I owe you one." And I guess he paid Coach back with that play that he ended up making.
In spades.
A, is that one of the crazier plays you've seen? And B, just your thoughts about Derek making that play at that point, just coming up big early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think that's a good example of Derek going back to last year. We acquired him around this time. It was November-ish, and he came in. He provided a consistent level of play. Derek's a pro. He's been a good player for a long time. I mean, he was a first-round draft pick for a reason. So he's kind of at a different phase of his career, and he's got a good role. We play 8-9 defensive linemen. He's a big part of that. He plays physical. He plays strong, and he has a instinctiveness and a way to rush, even to rush where he beat the left tackle there. Was able to get on the edge and was able to stay tight and close, and then was able to knock the ball off. And then, Pitre's violence, just forcing the ball off of Guyton, and then DB picking the ball up and going in. So he paid DeMeco back.
When we return, iron sharpens iron. We're back here on Texans Playbook. Drew Doherty inside NRG Stadium. And one thing we've been doing all season long is Iron Sharpens Iron. It's a new program, and it takes you inside the team like you've never seen it before. So here's the latest installment of Iron Sharpens Iron.
My man right here. You ready?
Yes.
Ready to go? You gonna play for me?
Yes.
I'm getting my pads, all right? Appreciate you playing catch with me, buddy.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm sorry you're judging, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Got some good news and some bad news. The Texans are back in front of the New York Jets, 10-7, 4:11 to go in the third quarter. That's the good news. The bad news is the last time the Jets touched the ball, they went 70 yards for an equalizing score. Wilson with a one-handed grab. Garrett Wilson.
What a grab.
This is getting extremely dicey.
Texans trailing the Jets 14-10.
Rogers shotgun. Throws quickly downfield. Adams drops it in the bucket. Touchdown, Jets. And the Jets are up 2 scores with 2:56 to go. And here comes the Houston offense with not a lot of time. 3rd and 10. CJ looking. Has to scramble to the right. It's Schultz. On 4th down, here's Stroud. Scrambling to the right side. He's going to run for the first down. He's running a long way. Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Throws underneath Robert Woods across the 13. 29-yard field goal attempt for Emi. It's good, and the Texans make it a 1-score affair now. Fairbairn has the ball teed, and look for the miracle here. High bounce, and Adams has it. Texans couldn't get to it, and the Jets snapped their 5-game losing streak.
It's hard to just sit here right now and think about what happened because you didn't watch film yet, but to come out here on a primetime game and, get embarrassed like that is never fun. And there's plays I got to make, throws I got to make, times I got to sit in the pocket and just trust my guys. So I really point the finger at me and realize, I got to be better as a football player, and we got to have a better mindset as a whole. All right, y'all.
Give me an early prediction. What do you think's going to happen today?
I'm going to meet TJ Stroud, of course.
Okay.
I maybe will meet some other people.
Maybe.
Have a great time.
That's right. Have a great time.
That's like a fact. Have a great time.
So I go into Oliver's room one night, he's sound asleep and his heart is beating 1,000,000 miles an hour and he's sound asleep. So I went and got my wife, she came in there, she said, well, that's weird. I said, maybe it's his asthma or something. So next night we go in there, same thing. It's like he's running and he's sound asleep. So we take him to the doctor the next day. They listen for some air, can't get air, go get an x-ray, and got an x-ray, and the radiologist said, keep your phone on you, somebody's gonna be calling you. And 10 minutes later, the doctor called, said, pack your bags, get to CHKD hospital, you're gonna be there for a while. Still not knowing what was going on, and we got there, and then about 2 hours later, we found out he had T-cell lymphoma. We actually caught it very early, which was good. You know, at that time, you really don't have a lot of time to think. It's fight or flight, and at that point, you know, you make a couple phone calls, you figure out, you know, the plan of action for the next week. You know, he has a brother, so the first thing we were worried about is where is he gonna be? You know, siblings weren't allowed at the hospital at that time. So making arrangements, making sure that he was taken care of, so then we could focus our attention on Oliver. Ollie Strong, never give up. You know, to see your child go through something like that as a 7, 8, 9-year-old, you know, it puts a lot of perspective in life. And, you know, you realize how fortunate you are. You know, we all got, you know, problems, day-to-day stuff. And a friend of mine told me if you threw your problems in a pile, you'd be more than happy to pull them out. And, you know, we're very fortunate, you know, that we have a children's hospital 3 miles from our house, and you never realize having that in your backyard, how vital and important that is. So he's actually in remission. He actually rang the bell December of last year. So currently he's in remission. We go once a month for blood work. He did chemotherapy for 28 months. So we're in a good place right now. We're very fortunate.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Nice.
Do you guys want to come over to the H-Town over here and take a picture? Yeah.
Yes.
He watched CJ and the Texans play last year, and for whatever reason, it was like a magnet, and it was CJ and the Texans, CJ and the Texans, and for whatever reason, it just stuck with him. So, you know, no outside influence from his mother or I or his brother.
I've never done this kind of thing before, so I'm kind of nervous and excited.
We kept it a secret for a while because, you know, through the process of cancer treatment, there's a lot of letdowns. You know, there's always a goal, and a lot of times things change and things alter. So his mother and I actually found out, and we didn't tell him for a good week and a half until the week before that we were coming, just because we didn't want there to be any type of letdown factor. But when he did find out, he was super excited, and, you know, we knew that this was really gonna happen.
Sup, how you doing?
How you doing, my man? Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
CJ.
Nice to meet you, CJ. I'm Oliver.
Good to meet you, buddy.
Good to meet you
Looking
too.
tall these days, bro.
Yes.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good,
yes.
man. Thanks for asking.
Can't wait to watch you play.
Yes, sir, man. We gotta get a win.
Yes.
So you gonna help us?
Yep. I got a
Walk,
sign.
man. Let's go. You gonna walk me in?
Yes. Of course I will.
Fast? How fast?
Well, no, not really fast. Like
No, you're fast,
my brother's faster than me. You should see him.
He's older or younger?
Younger.
It means a lot to me as his father to see him happy, to see him overcome everything that he's been through. And not only that, but he has a chance to do something, you know, to meet one of his idols and go watch his team play. And if there's anybody, you know, that deserves it, it's him. You know, he didn't have a normal childhood. Like I said, we were very fortunate with the outcome, but, you know, he went through 3 years almost of treatment. So this is very rewarding for him, and we're just fortunate that he is actually here and he's able to enjoy this experience.
What's your name?
Oliver.
Oliver. I'm Sterling.
Nice to meet you.
I got a ball for you.
Thank
you. It was
you.
used in the game. Those are game balls now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ready?
Yes.
Ready to go? You gonna play for me?
Yes.
I'm getting my pads, all right? Appreciate you playing catch with me, buddy.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm sign your jersey later.
Yeah, thank you. Real quick, I have a bracelet for you.
Oh, thank you, bro.
And will you sign my football?
Yeah, of course. Thank you. I'm proud of you, bro. Really
Thank you.
proud of
Thank you. Here. Thank you very much.
Man.
Nice to meet you. Good. Yes, cool.
Hello.
How you doing, man? Very nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Dina. So nice to meet you. Congratulations on beating cancer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's our picture when he rang the bell.
That's beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, look, Mom. Can you sign my Make a Wish too? Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you very much.
You know, it's different being on the other end, and I just want to tell everybody out there that, you know, whatever you do, no matter how small, there is somebody on the other end that is very fortunate to have everything that everybody does and contributes. You know, it was a little different for me being on the other side, you know, but it just goes to show you how important all these fundraisers are and how important Make-A-Wish is, you know, to making these dreams come true for kids.
When we come back, more of Iron Sharpens Irons. Stay with us. Rolling on here on Texans Playbook, and we've got more of Iron Sharpens Iron, the inside look at the Houston Texans in 2024.
Texans got a big one this Sunday night.
The Texans first place in the AFC South, playing the first place Detroit Lions from the NFC North.
Your level of excitement for Sunday night.
Johnny, I'm always pumped up.
But it's Sunday night. It's a little bit different.
Just knowing like the whole world watching, you know, it's prime time. You know, it's time to put on a show.
Coming off the loss was a tough one on Thursday night, and you had that extra kind of time to prepare.
The team's mindset was just shaking off that loss and getting on to the next week, you know.
Texans in the brand new Battle Red. This is head to toe with the chrome helmets, chrome face mask, a look you've never seen in the NFL.
It felt great. Those red jerseys, the red helmets, the red face mask, it felt great. Looking around, seeing all the guys, seeing the fans and their reaction to it, it was a great feeling.
Bro, I keep seeing it, bro. I can't stop moving. I keep seeing red. And red don't mean stop. Red means go. Yeah.
Our philosophy was going to be, hey, let's just be really good at what we do, play fast and play with conviction.
Just bump that early on. Hey, bring it up. H-Town on 2. H-Town on 2. 1, 2. H-Town.
On Battle Red night, primetime game, Texans, Lions, we are ready to rock at H-Town. Lions take the ball at the 30-yard line, Andre. We're going to see this offense, two outstanding running backs, and Jared Goff putting on a show this year. 2nd and 11 from the Detroit 41-yard line. Here's the snap to Goff, firing, tipped in the air, and intercepted. Texans have it at the 35-yard line off Detroit. Jimmy Ward off the carom with the pick.
The scoop and the interception. The Texans are set up in great field position.
Stroud plants, Stroud looking, and he throws to his left. Got a man! First down inside the 20-yard line. Backpedaling Tank Dell, tagged down in the red zone. CJ looking, throwing left side short of the sticks, but on his way to the first down marker, Mechie, 1st and goal, Texans at the 9. Empty backfield for Stroud. Now Mixon comes into the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Running left across the 5. Mixon, touchdown, Houston, as the Texans take the early lead.
I was trying to toss it. I didn't toss it. No operation though.
Texans force the 3 and out. They'll get the rock back up 16-7. Stroud to throw again, looking over the middle he goes, and he's got Mechie again, 35 right side and upended at the 32-yard line. Your leading receiver tonight is John Mechie, 3 catches, 50 yards, Dre.
I like what Mechie's doing tonight.
Yeah, he did really well. You know, it was big time for us. Ran a lot of crisp routes, caught the ball, got a lot of yak, got the touchdown. So, yeah, I'm super proud of him and super happy that, you know, he's getting his opportunities and showing his work.
Back to the action. First down at the Detroit 32. 29 seconds to go in the half. No timeouts. Here's the snap. CJ looking. CJ firing downfield to his right. He's got Schultz. First down to the red zone. Step to the bounds inside the 15-yard line.
What a well-thrown ball. The Texans dealing right now.
CJ looking. CJ firing to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. John Mechie. Hello, end zone. The Texans score right before the half.
And Mechie coming to life tonight.
His first touchdown is a beauty.
It was a good call. We were running like a three-man concept to the left. Hutch had cleared out the safety, which gave me a good opening. CJ saw it quick and threw a great ball, and I just ran my route and made the catch.
Last play of the first half, 2 seconds to go. Goff in the gun. Goff gets the snap, but he's going to throw it long downfield, and it's intercepted by Lassiter inside the 5-yard line to end the half.
Kamari has been a great addition for the defense. Has shown a lot of growth, obviously, like kind of getting thrown into the fire, starting as a rookie right off the jump. You know, just really two cool situational interceptions for him. I mean, the first one at the end of the half, you know, I mean, they're kind of got in the range, and we weren't sure, you know, what they were going to do, if they were going to try to go for Hail Mary or try to do something different. So for him to go up and finish that half off with the pick and kind of carry that momentum is cool. And then I would say similar things about Kalen and the instincts he has for seeing the ball from back there and going to get it. It just puts him in those positions a lot. Lions are a really good offense that we were facing, and they had actually been very good in terms of protecting the ball and winning turnover margin, and so that was another huge point of emphasis for us. So Pitre's on the one, we blitzed Pitre and he got his hands on that ball, it tipped off that Jimmy got, and then obviously DeMeco had a great rush on a really good right tackle and Sewell and tipped that ball up for Henry to kind of gather in. So it was very encouraging to see, you know, the things that you're preaching about disrupting the quarterback and attacking the ball and creating turnovers and getting stops and all those things. There was a lot of positives to take from that game, and hopefully we get 6 next time.
12:28 to go in the third quarter. The Texans leading 23-7. Goff in the gun, Montgomery to his left, first and goal at the 3. Hand off Montgomery over the left side, he's in. Touchdown Lions. Here we go. First down at the Houston 33. Goff under center. Goff fakes to give again. They set up the screen. Montgomery left side. Good call. 30, 25, 20, 15. Still going. Balance maintained and out of bounds at the 10-yard line. First and goal, Detroit.
You could look at a lot of different things, but every play is going to be somebody that's winning a play and losing a play.
First and goal at the 9.
Overall, if you look back at it, we had ours and they had theirs, but obviously they had more.
They throw it to St. Brown behind the 10, takes it across the 5, he's in, touchdown. And it's a 3-point affair all of a sudden with 11:38 to go. Much work to do before the night is done, and the Texans with a 3-point edge. 4 seconds to go, 23-23. 52-yard attempt for Bates, left hash mark, north end zone uprights. Here's the snap, here's the spot, here's the kick, plenty of distance, and it's good. And the Texans have their hearts broken tonight. 26-23 as the Detroit Lions win as time expires.
It really came down to a couple plays and execution, you know, and a couple more explosives that got out on us.
I don't know, it's hard to lose like that, especially when our defense plays so good and can't sit here and, you know, keep our heads down. Got to keep our heads up and go back to work and get better. So that'll be the plan.
You know, when you go back and look, it's always that one extra play. And the thing we always preach to our guys is you never know which play is the play, right? Like it could be one in the middle of the third quarter that kind of flips it, or you never know when your op is for another pick or another turnover. So, you know, we probably fell about one play short in that second half that we got to find a way to make that play next time.
So here we are at 6-4 with Dallas up next 1 week from tomorrow night.
it's the same thing in life. People go through ups and downs, but it's all about how you carry yourself on a day-to-day basis through those blows. And I think that we're built for this. It's all about, keeping the energy right and making sure that, we continue to show up day in and day out, ready to, learn from our coaches and show up ready to play and make plays. That's the ultimate thing that we're trying to do. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, man.
Iron Sharpens Iron is brought to you by Houston Methodist, the official healthcare provider for the Houston Texans. Season after season, our team shows us what it means to play hard and leave everything on the field. The experts at Houston Methodist have proudly cared for the Texans for more than 20 years, helping the team train and perform at the top of their game. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
After a quick timeout, we've got one more segment of Iron Sharpens Iron. Rolling on here on Texans Playbook, and we've got more of Iron Sharpens Iron, the inside look at the Houston Texans in 2024.
Today we were at VA Hospital giving back and visiting with the patients, and we gave Mr. Washington today 2 tickets to the game. On behalf of Vet Tix, we are giving you these tickets on Salute the Service.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Washington is a veteran, and speaking to the other vets, they had a agreement that if they wanted, they would give the tickets to Mr. Washington. They just said that he was a heck of a guy and he deserved the tickets.
Man, I went to see y'all play.
Yes,
About 3 weeks ago.
Really?
I was excited.
Yes,
Oh, I was so excited.
We always got to get back to the veterans because we appreciate the service that they do to protect us. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Yes, absolutely.
Well, you took a guess on him, so now you got to take a guess on me. Look.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's always good to go around and see people in the community, and when you think you have it bad or you think you're struggling, there's always someone that kind of has it a little worse than you. So it's good to get in here and have like a little life change. Nice to meet you. Good luck with the rest of the year. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, it's Henry here with the Texans. About to shoot the first shot. Hopefully we make it. Go H-Town, baby. How you doing? They're so much taller than we are. I'm like, golly, I couldn't even imagine lining up against you.
When you hear on the PA, all right, Henry, are you ready to take your first shot? That's when you throw the jersey to me on the side. You turn around, Clutch will give you the ball. You get your shot up.
I gotta get my shot up. I gotta get my shot up.
Don't grip nothing. I need
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I gotta get I gotta get right. Okay. Hold on. Don't count me out yet. There she go. All right, I gotta lock it. Hands good for one. I appreciate it. I gotta drive it, bro.
Over, man.
I gotta drive it. Let's get it, baby. Got that? Yes, sir. Hey, dropped that easily. Dropped it. Yes, indeed. Okay. Who's on here? Joe's on here? Okay, I'm good. I'm on there with Joe. I'm good. I'm on there with Joe. I'm on there with Primetime Joe. I'll be all right. I think anytime we can get out into the community and support, the Astros or the Rockets, but then also be able to be out in the community and seeing the fans and the support that they have for us is always great.
Texans, they get ready to take on the Cowboys Monday night, AT&T Stadium, a.k.a. Jerry World.
This is the first time, John, since the 2019 regular season opener, the Texans have been on Monday Night Football, and it's good to be back.
That game, the world is going to be watching.
I just want this team to get to playing consistent football week in, week out. And I think if it does that, this team can be pretty dangerous down the stretch.
You know, we got the Cowboys coming up this week. We got to go get a win. Utmost confidence in my teammates and myself, and looking forward to Monday night.
They're not your rival, but they're a team you really want to beat.
You know, that energy should be really good. Looking forward to that.
For us, it's just about remembering who we are and remembering we're a good football team, and we need to just go put that on display, play in and play out. As always, it's going to come down to us executing our calls and making that extra play, making that one more play.
Stick with us because when we return, Jalen Pitre is given back. We're back here on Texans Playbook, and you know, on Monday night, Jalen Pitre led the Texans with 9 tackles, and he also forced a fumble. It was an excellent effort by Pitre, and it was also excellent the next night when he was reconnecting with the Stafford Cobras.
Hey! Hey! Separate, bitch!
Locking in.
I know y'all fast enough to get in these gaps.
We are the Cobras, and we are proud. We are playing, and we are loud.
Let's go out here, do our exercise, do what we're supposed to do, get our stretches right, listen to coach, and let's get this done. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing? Thank you. How y'all doing? What up? What's up, bro? Good?
Less than 24 hours after his hard-hitting heroics on Monday Night Football, Texans safety Jalen Pitre surprised his former youth football team from the Stafford Cobras and community huddle group at their final practice of the season.
The best cheerleaders in the world right here.
I got your car when you was in Baylor.
You did? How you get that? Nice.
As part of the Texans Community Huddle ticket program, the team is treated to tickets, food vouchers, and parking passes to every home game, courtesy of Pitre.
It's a lot of memories of me and my dad, my brother, just spending a lot of time here on this field, a lot of work that I was putting in, and just to see how far it has taken me, it's really, you know, crazy to just even think about. You know, I'm forever thankful for all those memories. Oh yeah, there's some dogs out here. We got 3 teams going to the Super Bowl, and then we got 2 other teams going to the Lone Star Bowl, so it's a big week for the Stafford Cobras. I got a question. I've been asking all these teams, who the best team out here? All right, we gonna see it at the Super Bowl. And when is it, Sunday? Yeah! All right. I got work. I got a game on Sunday. I got a game too.
After the Cobras practice, they also enjoyed dinner provided by the safety.
Jalen is supplying dinner for y'all.
Hey, y'all eat Trill Burgers? Yeah! We got some Trill Burgers for y'all over there, man. Y'all go get y'all a Trill Burger.
A special thanks to Trill Burgers for sponsoring the post-practice meal for Jalen's Cobras. Go Texans!
2 clubs and a Ric Flair.
Woo!
Let's go to work.
We thank you for watching Texans Playbook. We'll be back next week with some more great stuff. So, in the meanwhile, check us out on HoustonTexans.com, the Texans mobile app, or the YouTube page for your Houston Texans. For Gardy Swingby and the rest of the crew that put this whole show together, I'm Drew Doherty, and we'll see you next time.